Hello, this is Karnee and Mrs. Karnee, back again for a film review. What is this film review, Mrs. Karnee?
So, the movie, not the review, movie is Boo. According to Netflix, at a haunted hospital, the silence could make you scream, but what's waiting in the elevator will do much, much worse. It's got 1.5 stars. So it promises to be good. It was made in 2005.
Quality production.
It's a 15.
There's a rather spooky picture of a girl's face, but that's
creepy. Kids are always creepy.
Kids
so
be creepy.
We'll see.
I personally want to punch every child I see in the face.
I know you do.
I've seen scary films. Too many scary films. So we're gonna start watching this thing, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Can't be any worse than The Dawn.
Well,
we've both seen worse, actually. Okay.
let's not forget Grace.
Grace. Don't! You shall not mention its name.
Momentum
Not in
Pictures.
This flat.
Momentum Pictures. Kiss. Oh, gross.
Oh, what? It's good of the. Why is the ghost doing this? If he obviously can't see the ghost.
To mess with your mind.
Whoa, I'm over here. Go over there. I'm over here. Jump cuts. Woo. We could do that. I could pause this right now and restart it and be sitting on the top of this.
We should totally do that. Right. Jump cuts! Jump cuts!
Let's go over there!
Alright, moving on. And now we're back.
Yes. See, it's crazy.
Jump cuts.
Jump cuts.
Oh no, it's a bracelet.
I know.
Okay.
I told you this place was haunted.
This is some really bad special effects.
Don't make me hit you.
Why, dude, you got screwed up. Oh! Oh my god! This is so bad!
Fuck you!
I fucking love it!
Yeah, why are you still there?
Don't be afraid. I'm a friendly ghost.
Did he just say I'm a friendly ghost?
Shoot him.
Who are you, Casper?
No, you're not shooting my friend. Don't even think about
What? He's not your friend!
No!
Serious? Wait!
Oh my god, he just Oh my god, he just exploded. And she was the only one that got caught? Seriously? What?
I'm gonna push it. This is the can't even button moment. I can't even this. This is.
What was that?
I go.
You just shot one of my best friends. You call the police. What are you gonna tell them?
He exploded.
Yeah, I like
He
that.
exploded.
He just fucking exploded.
Yeah, nice job, hotshot.
Okay, she only had a little bit of blood on her,
No shit. Okay.
and now she's covered in blood.
You know what the funniest part is? None of them are covered except.
I know exactly. That was my point. She was the only one that got covered in it.
Does it really matter? We can talk later.
We gotta get out of here now. The doors are locked, the windows are all barred, we're stuck.
There's a way up to the basement. Come on. No. We're not following you. How do we know that one of of you are one of them.
Don't you
What?
just want to get out of there?
It's you guys are the ones that I don't know about. I've got enough bullets.
How did she get so covered?
It's your choice.
I don't know.
And why don't you just want to get out of there? Who cares if you can trust? Oh, for
Oh
fuck's
my
sake.
god. So he tries to... This guy's an idiot.
You don't know what you're dealing with. No, you don't know who you're dealing with. Show you how we're gonna. Don't do it. Don't waste the bullets. Shut up. We're not gonna need any bullets once we're out of here.
That's... Wow.
If you get out of there.
Seriously?
Damn it. Damn it.
Did he just get hit by his own bullet?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You're shit, this.
Well done. You've wasted all but one bullet. And she finally got up.
What?
Is she one of them? I have no idea.
What?
Oh, man, he's one of them too. Look at all that shit on her.
What?
I don't know where this is
How
coming
does
from.
that? How do you know that her being covered in it means she's one of them?
You're losing it, Kevin. She's fine. Stop.
Who are you?
I'm Marie. Me.
I
What
don't...
the fuck's wrong with you, dude?
You're overreacting.
I feel like they tried to make a really, like, heartfelt moment between them.
No, it's not even that. They're
But-
rushing it. They're rushing this whole point.
There's no reason why he should. There was absolutely no reason for that. That came out of nowhere.
So first off,
My asshole, you just killed her.
alright,
She was one of them. What? Give me the gun. You killed
pause it.
her. You
We need to talk about this scene.
Fuck you, go.
Okay, so
Oh.
he.
No. Let's describe this scene from the start.
Okay, go on then.
So we're gonna break this scene down.
God.
So first of all, there is an incident with the ghost of Emmett, one of their friends, who explodes.
It's not. I'm
After
not
getting
even
shot.
sure if it's a ghost. They're just referring to it as one of them. Then they haven't explained what it is yet. It's like some sort of. There's a ghost kid, who we still don't know who she is.
No idea.
And then there are these zombie-like things that melt. Their skin melt.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say they explode whenever they're.
Yeah.
Because the dog exploded and then he exploded.
Their skin melts and they explode when they're killed.
But if you hit them with a bat or some sort of object, they seem remarkably resistant. They seem to turn into putty. Like you can see the bat blades like moves into their skull and stays there. It's hilarious. But okay, so here's how the rest of the scene goes. Cop comes in, he shoots ghost zombie thingy.
Well, the girl did.
Emmett. Oh no, the girl.
The girl that was with the cop killed
Yeah, the zombie Emmett.
the zombie guy, and because it was one of them.
Okay, so then immediately, douchebag with the blonde goatee, he goes, "Who are you? Why should I trust you?"
How do I know you're not one of them?
'Cause-
Because the other guy, the cop guy, was trying to.
Because at the very beginning of his whole rant is him going, "What the hell is this? Ghosts aren't real. Don't shoot my friend." And then he shoots, and then from that moment onwards, he's like, "How do I know you're real?" And it's like, surely this is something which should not be jumped to in like the 5 seconds.
It's not just that. The guy was trying to get them out of there,
Yeah,
and he just goes, "How do I know I can trust you? How do I know you're not one of
who
them?"
gives a shit? He's got a gun. He's trying to get you out of there. So go.
As long as you get out of there, who gives a crap? Anyway.
And then he shoots the door, and he shoots.
Oh, he steals the cop's
Yeah,
gun.
there's a random fight for no fucking reason.
He steals the cop's gun, tries to shoot the door open, doesn't work. One of the bullets backfires, literally backfires.
Yeah.
Hits him. then the girl was the only one
The one who
that
he slept with 5 minutes ago.
was the only one apparently near the guy enough
The one that
to
exploded,
get
the zombie
covered
explosion.
to
Yeah.
get covered in the explosion.
And for some reason now, blonde-haired douchebag thinks she
that
must be one of them now.
because she's covered in whatever the other guy's insides. So apparently that means that she's one of them to this guy, which just comes out of nowhere. This is like a 30-second conclusion that, oh, she's covered in some sort of goo from the guy. She must be one of them. You're one of them. Who are you?
You know what I gotta say? This feels like I mentioned this earlier that pacing's a problem in this movie. I gotta go. It is in this because you know this whole thing where he goes from finding out ghosts are to suspecting his friend to be one of them should be something that takes the next half an hour to the rest of the film.
It feels.
Not
It feels. I gotta say, it feels like a legit scene. Or no, let me rephrase that. It is a legit scene. It would be if it wasn't this rushed. If he had taken a while to like realize she was covered in this mess and maybe someone else who was covered in this mess turned or something.
His whole personality changed. There's nothing
He has
indicative that he would do this in such a short amount of time.
There's nothing indicative of her being covered in this goo.
No, I'm trying to justify it for him. Like, if we saw him taking drugs and he was always a little bit paranoid or a little bit over the top with steroids or something, and that was making him always agitated, and this was pushing him over the edge.
If something had happened previously that would show that someone being in contact with this entity or its entrails, apparently.
This is the best part.
Turning into one of these things.
The majority of these characters have just had their first ghost experience. Literally a minute before this whole thing with the zombie guy exploding takes 30 seconds later, zombie guy explodes. 30 seconds after that, he goes crazy, tries to break out, and 30 seconds after that, shoots her.
Kills her. He actually killed her, a girl that just a minute before he had sex with. So I don't, quite honestly, if it had been a case of they've seen something happen before where one of them came into contact with one of these things and they got turned, that would be one thing. But he just, for some reason, in 30 seconds concluded that she's covered in it. It must mean that she's turning into one of them. So he just goes, "Who are you?" and shoots her.
I don't get it because I'm looking at the timer now. We're about halfway through exactly, really. We're about a minute off from the exact halfway point. And you know what? They could have stretched it out because this feels more like the beginning of the third. This scene here should be the beginning of the third and final act, as opposed to midway content.
It does feel very much like it was rushed, and there was no reason. Absolutely, for the life of me, I cannot figure out a reason why he would just suddenly turn on her and go, "Who are you? How do I know you're not one of them?"
Like, he does that to the cop, and it's like, you don't even ask this person who they are.
In fairness, with the cop, you don't know who they are. Yeah, fair enough. But this person, you know who she is. You've just had sex with her. You have no reason to conclude that coming into contact with one of these things turns you.
This is the best part. We pause at 45:49 exactly now. You guys need to pay attention to the last bit of dialogue. So let me just put this to this recount, right? Cop comes in with the girl. Girl shoots zombie. He takes gun from cop. The circumstances we've already described occur, and then exactly a second or two before 45:49, he turns the gun to the cop and says, "Are you one of them?" As if the last 2 minutes have not happened, and there's been like Oh my god, I must now suspect that you're one of them as well. Oh god. Okay, we gotta watch it, because we're not gonna get anything else out of this scene.
I feel like they're trying to
Oh.
do a whole questioning, oh, this is scary because you don't know who might be one of them, but
We know
we
exactly.
don't know what causes it yet.
And
You can't have this scene until we know
best part,
what causes them
they've
to
not
be
separ-
one of
They've
them.
not separated, and the scene is still ongoing. This is all one scene.
No, but seriously, you can't. How can you, like, question who is one of
No, but my point is,
whatever it is?
this is all taking place in one scene. No one's run off yet, so it can't be any of them.
We're
Please
just
play the
gonna
movie.
carry
Play the
on.
movie.
We're just gonna carry on.
We've probably talked too long about it as it is. It's way too. Look, the grass is cut. The grass is cut. It's way too. Look, the grass is cut. The grass is cut. Okay, just pause it. I don't. Written directed by the same guy. Well, it's shit. Or just mute it. Mute it. All right. The other remote.
A moment of silence for the actors, please.
Yeah. Well, you feel better than I don't.
I do, because, I mean, they were. Again, I didn't feel they were that bad.
You are just the Kofi Annan of actors.
I am. I mean, they didn't do. It wasn't bad acting.
Okay. Alright. First things first. Let's not make the mistake we made.
The same mistake, yeah.
Okay.
The plot.
Right. So, we gave a description earlier. I'm going to try and give a very brief description of what I understood. Because that movie...
no spoilers, by the way.
No spoilers. No spoilers. We'll do a spoiler one if you want.
In case you're going to watch it.
But, group of teens, Halloween night, they go into a haunted hospital. They widely recognize as haunted, and they throw set up of games.
They want to, like, throw a party
Yeah.
at this haunted hospital for whatever reason.
At the same time, there is another subplot about a officer or a guy son of an officer or something, whose sister went missing in said hospital, and he wants to go find her, so he also enters the hospital.
So clearly it's a done thing that teenagers go into this hospital to, like, party and whatever. As teenagers do, apparently.
Okay, so...
And then in said hospital...
spooky shit happens.
Stuff ensues. I mean...
Watch the movie, that's it. Just watch the movie if you want more than that. Because, you know what? We still don't understand the plot. We've watched the film, just finished, but we don't understand the plot because it moves so fast over big plot points that you have to go, wait, hold on a second, what just happened? Wait, so what does this mean if that happened to, oh, wait. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? Because I want to lay into it a little bit. I need to collect my thoughts.
Me too, to be honest. I mean...
Let's talk about the characters.
Okay.
Alright, so the black cop is easily the best character in this. Purely because of that little dynamite show section earlier on in the film.
Absolutely.
There's a whole thing with him being in like this weird
and then he says
show.
that's not meant to be
it's a comedy. It looks
funny.
like a comedy. And it's not, though.
It looks like a cop comedy, and he says it's not meant to be funny.
There is a black guy with an humongous afro with fake teeth pretending to be a vampire wearing nothing but purple velvet, and that's not meant to be a comedy? Okay, but... Okay, so first thing you will understand is, whoever did the audio for this film has a huge appreciation of Halloween. and that the director himself, he knows his horror movies. Because, damn, there's shit stolen from Scream in this.
Yeah,
There's stuff from other horror
in the
movies.
beginning, the first scene you will notice is very
It's Scream-esque. It's very
It's-
Scream-esque.
it's very reminiscent of Scream and Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very reminiscent of those two
I'm
movies.
not doing either particularly well.
But yeah, by crapping all over them.
Oh, yeah. And the characters themselves are just...
So we have to find out what was the name of the movie that we watched that this movie reminded
It's
us
okay,
of.
we'll add a comment.
Because it's
to
a
the
really,
end.
it's a good movie,
Yeah.
and that one we do recommend.
Paranormal Investigations? No?
No, that again, that sounds more like a TV series.
Well, anyway, back to this film.
Yes.
It's bad. Like, the characters themselves are... The characters really don't have any personality. There's... Okay, so I ended up just calling them more by distinctive characteristics as opposed to what the characters' names were. Because there's friend-zoned guy, who's friend-zoned, and that's pretty much him. And there's douchebag with a goatee. That's
There's
pretty much
goatee
his
guy,
character.
Yeah. You don't even need to say douchebag. You just need to say goatee guy,
Goatee guy.
and people will get it. There's
Constantly perplexed cop, or son of cop.
yeah. There's the heroine. There's who's obviously a virgin. There's the virgin.
She's the most. I can't believe that that they must have taken her from Scary Movie, because she's Cindy from Scary Movie. If you've seen Scary Movie and watched this, you will realize this is Cindy, and she has about as much character development as Cindy in Scary Movie.
No, don't you
Yes.
say that. Cindy has so much more character development. Cindy, you know who Cindy is. You recognize Cindy. This is Blandy McBlandson from Bland City, Blandville.
It's... Oh god, what? Yeah, so
Who else is there? There's
the director... this is one of the things I would say. Well, there's a slut, but she's a slut, and that she doesn't last. She doesn't last the first half of the movie.
That's because she gets shot by the stupid guy. Okay, let's not get back into
that
that
whole
scene.
thing where it was like, oh, they're having an affair, and then it's never brought up or revealed
Again,
in the entire film.
I know. It never comes up
So,
again.
The production values aren't bad, okay? This is from 2005. I'm not expecting the world, but, well, you know, even aside from the really bad CGI and some of the practical effects, production value, like the cinematography, wasn't amazing, but it wasn't awful. Audio, once again, very homaging to other horror films, but not bad.
I'll tell you what it is about this movie. It would be a lot better if they hadn't taken themselves so seriously.
Yes, make this a comedy. Black comedy, please.
If it would have been a black comedy, if you could have noticed that they were not taking themselves seriously, then it would have been great. But they were clearly trying to be the next Scream or Halloween.
That's
and
what
it's
we
just
thought it was
not
at the beginning
happening.
of the film. We thought this was their version of Scream. It felt so... We thought it was a double fake out. It was going to be a horror movie within a horror movie because we didn't believe it was that bad.
If it had been like the cop show they showed at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
The guy's cop show as a
I
when
would
he
have
was
loved
a
it.
vampire.
It would have been amazing.
It would have been hilarious and it would have been entertaining.
Oh yeah.
As it is, it's just it takes itself seriously and I'm sad for that because they explode as soon as you put as soon as you put a bullet in them.
And then there's a
I
delayed
don't
explosion if you stab them.
I don't see how it is possible that they ever felt that they were in danger. Because as long as you've got a gun, which they had two,
Yep.
you can shoot it and it explodes.
Instantly.
And it disappears. So I do not see. I mean, there's a bit where you realise that they're not the ghosts or whatever aren't letting you out because you come back to. Okay, never mind. I'm giving plot away.
Yeah.
But it just. I don't understand how they ever felt they were in danger.
Yeah, no, these are the least threatening ghosts I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
entire life.
Pretty much.
Like, Casper the Friendly Ghost is more scary than these things.
The brothers of Casper the Friendly. Are they brothers? Whatever.
They try to shoehorn this whole
Uncles.
plot about the main character, our Mary Sue Cindy, who I want to be Cindy, who, you know, oh, she's somehow related to this evil ghost thing that might be running the whole show, and it's up to her to set things right. But it comes off, this is the whole thing of this movie is, everything's so rushed, and I don't know why.
It does feel very
Because-
rushed.
Because I'm pretty sure they could have just taken, because there's no sex in this film where I feel they were overly long. But I'm pretty sure with just some more sort of foresight, they could have just made this whole movie with half the dialogue, half the scenes, and really up the tension, and like only introduce what was really going on to everyone at the beginning of the third act. It would have been the crucial moment. But instead, it's like the beginning of the second when all this weird stuff happens, and the rest of the movie is just like, okay, right, what do we do from here? This just seems funny now. This is hilarious.
I would absolutely agree. I have to say, it does feel very, very rushed. And I feel like with a few more tweaks, and, you know, if they sort of stretched certain scenes out a bit, and they moved certain scenes, like the one where Goatee decides to shoot the slut.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd moved that back to after we figured out that they turn after you, people turn after you come into contact with them,
Yep.
which I still think that you don't turn until you die. But I'm not sure.
I'd
anymore.
agree, because
I think he needs. They clearly state that he needs a debt. He can't
yeah, you can't take them without
take
them dying.
you without you dying.
But then the problem.
So she only turned once he killed her. So if he hadn't killed her at all, she would have been fine. She would have left with them.
The problem with that is that the rules get made up as the film goes along. So the ghosts are visible because there are zombie ghosts, but then there are ghosts that can do stuff and not be viewable, and then there are ghosts that wear makeup and just jump around the room for no particular reason
I
at
don't
all.
know.
And then there's another ghost there's a Deus Ex Machina halfway at the end of the movie. I'm not going to throw in anything more than that because I'll go with that. Spoilers.
And the
But-
little girl.
Oh my
What
god,
was
the
she
little
to the
girl.
plot? She didn't add anything to the plot.
Okay, I think we talked about this enough. On the Karnee scale of, I think it was 5 stars.
1
we put
to
it at?
5.
1
yeah,
to 5.
I think it was.
Where would you put this? Because we were laughing.
Okay, so let's
In
recap. So on not recap. On Netflix they gave it 1.5
Yeah,
stars
out of 5.
out of 5. I feel it was more entertaining than The Dorm.
Yes, because the dorm was just boring.
Yes.
Nothing happened.
I feel it was more entertaining than The Dorm. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. It's still somewhat entertaining. You can still have fun watching it and laughing at it. So I would give it 2 stars.
I would give it 2 stars as well, just because it's so awful. Parts of it are really funny because of it. And
Well, how much did we give to The Dorm actually?
I think
Was
we gave it
1?
2. I think we gave it 1 or 1.5.
Was it
or
1
close
or
to 2
2?
stars. We've got to
Well,
work out the
I
scale.
give it whatever it was. I give it 1 up from The Dorm.
Yeah, the dorm.
If it was 1, we give it 2. If it was 2, I give it 3.
This movie is a waste of time. In all honesty, you can watch it if you want. It's not great. It's not good. It's got no shining moments in it at all.
It's just a fun laugh at it with your friends sort
Exactly.
of movie.
So
If you enjoy that.
this has been Karnee and Mrs. Karnee.
Yeah.
We've not enjoyed watching this film, and we'll continue not enjoying many more films to come.
Can't wait.
If you guys have any suggestions, films, or comments you want to add, please do so. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and as always, hope you enjoyed.
See ya.
Ciao.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Don't worry. You will. I will do it on a Karnee.
Please get me out of here. This just keeps getting better and better. You're dripping. I know. I told you this place was haunted.